If you're an OnlyFans creator and your reels are flopping, today I'm going to show you how to scientifically structure your skits to super succeed your Instagram reach. If you don't know who I am already, my name is Dylan. I help creators like yourself solve everyday problems within the space, while at the same time boosting your reach to the moon. So, like I said at the start, today's video is going to be about structuring your skits and how to do it in a way where you maintain retention throughout the whole video. Skits are an absolute unbelievable way of marketing on Instagram. They could be really funny, really entertaining, but they can also convert into subscribers, which at the end of the day is the main reason we're creating content, isn't it? You've got stuff that can go viral, but if it doesn't convert, where's your money going to come from? Brilliant way of marketing, and if you could nail them down, you're going to be rolling in money. So, rule number one, what do you need to do? First things first, you've got to get someone's attention, and that is called the hook. So we can do a little hook. Does that look like a hook? A little eye on it. Hook. You need a hook. This is compulsory. You cannot not have a hook, basically. The purpose of a hook is to hook someone for the first 1 to 3 seconds so they stay for the rest of the video. So many different examples of hooks. I've spoke about this previously in other videos, but these could be, for example, visual, audio. It could be something you say. It could be a text on the screen. You need to get someone to stay for the first 1 to 3 seconds, and this needs to be done. I'm scripting videos. For my hooks, I always like to do a combination of audio and visual. And if you're doing Snapchat, text on top, that's another form. So you've got so much stuff going on at the start of the video, it just hooks them completely. A really good person to look at for hooks is Churdley's. Superb. His content is brilliant. An example of a video he's done, they're on a street, and there's a car parked up with someone lying down with their feet hanging out the window. He says something to the camera, cameraman zooms in, there's Snapchat text on top. It's really good and it hooks you for the rest of the video. But yeah, hooks. You've got to have one. These set up the rest of your video. So another key ingredient for making your content superb and really good is pattern interrupts. So, what is a pattern interrupt? Pattern interrupts are basically just where you're breaking up the video. It could be a change of angle, it could be zooming in, it could be an audio visual change. For example, if you've got music in your video, which you may not, you may do, and it changes, that's an example of a pattern interrupt. But these basically keep refreshing the viewer's mind, and they're keeping their brain switched on, so they're actually interested in the video because there's something changing. And these haven't just got to be the start of the video, they should be, throughout the video. Every 3 to 5 seconds there should be some sort of change. So yeah, that's another key ingredient of making a good skit. Third thing you need to worry about is pacing. What is pacing? Pacing is just the pace of your video. So if there's not enough going on in your video and you've got slow pacing and it doesn't fit the type of video that it is, then that's obviously going to drop your retention. And that's not saying slow pacing is bad at all, because you could have a skit that requires slow pacing. For example, you could make a joke in the skit, and then that silence after, where it's slow, she was keeping the viewer there because it fits the skit. So your pacing's got to fit the skit. So pacing is basically the speed between your hook, your main body, and your punchline. And if it actually fits, there's got to be comedic timing in it, and it's got to be set up in a way so it actually flows correctly. The pacing basically dictates the viewer's emotion towards the video. Like I said, if someone says some sort of joke and there's awkward silence, that awkward silence has got to be there to actually get the viewer's emotion and get them emotionally invested in the video. So an example of a slow-paced one would be, I said some sort of awkward joke in a weird situation, and I just looking at the camera like this. Do you get what I mean? Do you get what I'm trying to explain? I hope so. 3 types of pacing: fast-paced, slow-paced, variable pacing, where it changes, rising, falling. The last bit of structuring a skit is punchline or payoff, which is where the video climax is, and the viewer actually feels like they've had something of the video because it pays off and it releases the tension of the video. Then they either go and send it as a DM, send it to their friends, like the video or comment. It makes the viewer release. And this is so important because this is what makes the viewer feel like your content's worthwhile watching because they felt something from it. Obviously they're going to be feeling stuff from the other bits of the video, but this is where they release. So an example of a punchline or a payoff would be, say we're doing a delivery skit and the delivery man comes and then you've got your hook, your pacing. Say for example he's got his small pepperoni pizza in the box, but it's really his thing. He opens a box, you get your pacing through, and the payoff would be something like, I was expecting bigger, and then you could go bright red. It's a pretty shit example, but it's just one off the top of the head. Another person to look for really good punchlines is Churlies. I know I keep mentioning him in my videos, but really got to go check him out because his videos are unbelievable. I'm going to add a little bonus tip in at the end here as well, which is adding stuff to the background, which isn't initially noticeable, but someone when the first time they watch it could be thinking, what the fuck is that? They don't actually know what it is, and then they re-watch a second time, obviously boosting retention because they need to figure out what the fuck they've just seen after they watch the video. So it's something to keep someone viewing, trying to figure out what they've actually seen. Or another sort of secret tip is adding captions, and you know the text that rolls over as they're speaking, and they can see it word for word. This can be added depending whether the video is actually supposed to be natural. I wouldn't do it if the video is supposed to look natural. But if people know it's a skit, you could add it because not everyone views the videos with volume on. The majority of people, say you're on a train and you haven't got headphones, people are going to be scrolling and they're not going to be having the audio on, are they? So this could also boost retention with people who don't watch with audio. And it sounds really stupid, but that's something you could do if your skits are meant to be forced and seem fake. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and a comment. If you've got any more questions, leave a comment. Even if it's unrelated to this video, I'll try and make a video about it. If you don't want to leave a comment, you can drop me a personal message on Instagram. I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. But apart from that, I'll see you in the next one. Hope you enjoyed.